Why is it always black? Good afternoon, students. I'm back here to take the junior classes, English for junior classes. Yesterday, we were doing direct, indirect speech, and I asked you to learn from the box. I hope you have gone through the box, which is in your textbook, which is very, very important, children. Please make a note of it. Here, like, here changes to there, these changes to those. These are very easy. Now changes to then, today changes to that day, tonight to that night, tomorrow to the next day, yesterday to the previous day or the day before. That's it. If you learn this much, it's enough. No need to learn hither, thither, and hence, thence, henceforth, thenceforth, all that. Last night, the night before, the previous night, next week, the following night. Please make a note of it. It's on page 178. And if you see on 177, I had explained to you how it goes from simple present changes to simple past. Very clearly, it is given here. Simple present, am is changes, that is singular, changes to was, singular. Are changes to were, both are plural, present and past. Do, does, singular, plural, changes to past tense, did. Has, have, singular, plural, present tense, changes to had. V1, that is base form of the word, changes to past tense of the verb, which is V2. And examples are given, but when you use participle in the direct speech, it remains past participle in indirect speech. Otherwise, the corresponding word changes, like simple present to simple past, present continuous to past continuous, and so on and so forth. But when there are two sentences in the past tense, you cannot write both sentences in the past tense. One you write in past tense and one action will be past perfect. Remember that both the sentences cannot be in the same tense. One sentence will be in past tense and one in past perfect tense. Now coming to tenses, I thought I'll give again the table. The table will make it very easy when you note it down. There are 4 types of subdivisions of present, past, and future. But before that, I want to tell you about V1, V2, and V3. What does V1, V2, V3 mean? When we say this is the present tense and V2 is the past tense, immediately we get the answer. V3 is future. It is not future, but past participle. And in some books, you will find V4 written. Actually, it is not V4, but present participle. I'm writing V4 because in some grammar books, you find that it is actually present participle. Present participle is otherwise known as ing form. What is the difference between present participle and a gerund? Gerund is the noun ing form And present participle is the verb ing form. This is actually not known as present tense. Though we use it for present tense, it is known as the base form of verb. Base form, like, okay, that eat, catch, caught. Past participle, caught. Present participle, catching. Then buy, bought. There is a difference between bought and brought. Bring is brought, buy is bought. English looks very easy, children. It is only when you practice that you realize it can be interesting, but not definitely not easy. Also, you have the irregular verbs like eat, ate, eaten, eating. Sing, sang, sung, singing. Why I am telling you is, if you know what V1, V2, V3 and V4 are, you are able to do your tenses properly. Because we cannot keep on telling, we just say V4 or V2. So you should understand the difference. Okay, children, let's go on to the table. As you know, there are present, past, and future. Bye-bye. Past, future. Again, in this, each is divided, has 4 subdivisions, like present, simple present, present continuous, present participle, and last is present participle continuous. The main thing that you should remember is, in the continuous form, you use the ing form, otherwise known as V4. And remember, children, there is a common error made by the children. When you spell continuous, you do not write U after N. You spell it as C-O-N-T-I-N-O-U-S. It is actually U-O-U-S. Remember this. So when it comes to continuous, always the ing form of V4 is always used. And in participle, you use the V3. I explained to you, isn't it? past participle. V3 is past participle. Just like that, in the past tense also we have simple past, past continuous. Even in this, we use the ing form, past participle. Sorry. Where you use V3, then past perfect. Sorry. Having taught you participle, the participle has come into my mind. It is present perfect. Present perfect continuous. We use the V3 or past participle, but it is not known as past participle, but past perfect. Past perfect and past perfect continuous. Even in future, the same condition follows. In continuous, you have the ing form, and in perfect, you have the past participle. Now, coming to future, the same 4 divisions. Simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. Now, if you know the table, it is very easy for you to continue. Like simple present. V1, I've told you, V1 is the base form of the verb in singular as well as plural. Like go, goes. Buy, buys. The singular form and the plural form. Simple continuous. Is, am, are. Plus verb plus ing form. If I'm not mistaken, once I had explained to you how the word I is unique. In what way? When you write in the middle of the sentence, you write in capital letters. With I, you use the word am. Only with the I letter, you use am. With I, you use the word shall. I shall go home. And with I is singular. Has is singular. Have is plural. Have is plural. But with I, you don't use has. You use the plural form. I have. I have some work to do. You don't say I have some work to do. So I in every way is unique. So here also is, am, are. Is singular, are is plural. Am is used with I. So is, am, are plus verb plus ing form. Next is simple perfect. Like I said, with perfect, it is always the V4. Sorry, V3. Past perfect. Has, singular, have, plural, plus V3. Past participle. V3 is known as past participle. While ing form is known as present participle. Then simple perfect continuous. Has, have, plus been, plus verb, plus ing form. If you remember this, children, it is very, very easy for you to know what you, in which tense, what you have to use. Simple present, it's the base form of the verb present as well, sorry, singular as well as plural. Like example, go, goes, buy, buys. Simple continuous is when it is singular, are when it is plural, plus verb plus present participle, or otherwise known as ing form. Am is used with I. Simple perfect has singular, have plural with V3, otherwise known as past participle. And simple perfect continuous is has singular, have plural, plus been, plus verb, plus present participle, or the ing form. Now past tense. Simple past. The V2. V2 is past tense. Then past continuous. Was, singular, word, plural, plus verb, plus ing form. Past perfect. V3. You should always remember perfect V3, past participle. Past perfect continuous. Sorry. Past perfect continuous. Had plus been plus verb plus ing form. Future. Future tense. Future tense. Simple future. Will, shall. I told you shall is used with I plus V1. Future continuous. Future perfect. Will, shall. Have plus V3. Perfect, always V3. Continuous, always ing form. If you remember this table, children, it is very easy for you to write. I've been telling you since the beginning, it is how to go about. First thing you should know is the how to convert V1 to V2, V3. Usually, ED form is taken. like laugh. Laugh. This is V2, this is V1. V3 also, V2, V3, same, laugh. Then catch I've written, okay. Sorry. Sometimes you don't get the words easily. Laugh, laughed, then eat, swim, swam, swam. Those come easily. I'm trying about the ED, I'm not good. Any verbs? Eat, ate, eaten. Anyway, usually ED is written, I'm not getting any words. So remember the base form of the verb is V1, past tense is known as V2, and past participle is V3. Usually we don't say the word V4, but in the present grammar books, the word V4 is being seen. It is actually ing form is known as present participle. So catch, caught, caught, buy, bought, bought, bring, brought, brought. But they are also irregular verbs. These are known as irregular verbs, where everything changes. Eat, ate, eaten. Eating. Sing, sang, sung. Singing. Swim, swam, swimming. Yesterday, I explained about double M. When it ends in a consonant preceded by a vowel, the consonant doubles. Next is the tenses. There are three types of tenses. The present, when the action is being done at present. Past, which is already over, which has been concluded. And future, which is going to happen in future. That is after today. Again, each is subdivided into 4. Present tense, we have simple present, where we talk about the action now. The habitual actions also come in simple present. Present continuous, the action hasn't been completed and is still continuing, and that's why we use any action that is being continuing still, we use the ing form. Present perfect, where we use the past participle. In the previous, this I had explained about past participle. Perfect, always you have to use past participle, otherwise known as V3. Present perfect continuous, continuous, ing form, which action is still going on. Past tense, where simple past, action that has been completed. Past continuous, an action that has started in the past and still continuing. Remember, continuous is always ing form, and perfect is always V3. in this ing form. Likewise, in this also you have ing form. I've shown the table in the next slide. Okay. It is actually not known as V4, but I don't know why some of the grammar books mention that. Here is the table. This is present tense. In each, how you go about writing. In a simple present, you use the base form of the verb, singular or plural. Then simple continuous, action still going on, is singular, are is plural. Am is used with I only. Plus verb plus present participle. Simple perfect. Present perfect. Perfect always has the V3. Present continuous, present perfect has singular, have plural plus V3, otherwise known as past participle. Present perfect continuous has, have plus been plus verb plus ing form. Has is singular, have is plural. Now coming to the past tense, simple past is V2, an action that has been completed. Past continuous, singular was, plural verb. Singular, plural, plus verb plus ing form. Past perfect is had plus V3. Past perfect continuous, had plus been plus verb plus ing form. Future tense. Simple future. Like I told you, with I, you use the word shall. I shall go home. But when you use she will go home. Will is used with other letters. So I will, shall plus the base form of the verb. Future continuous, will, shall plus be plus verb plus ing form. Future perfect, will, shall plus have plus V3. Past part, otherwise the past participle. Or past perfect continuous is will, shall, have plus been plus verb plus ing form. If you keep this in mind, children, it is very, very easy for you to do the tenses. So with this, we complete the tenses. Children, it looks very easy. And also I've told you the spelling of continuous. This is the frequent mistake made by the children. You can use, what do you say, abbreviations, but please, when you're writing continuous, see that you write N-U-O-U-S. Many of you forget, they write only one U, N-O-U-S. This is a mistake, children. So make sure that you don't make mistakes, especially children who are writing betterment. Every spelling error is treated as a mistake. In English, punctuation, spellings, grammatical errors, all are checked. So it is, if you want to get good marks, You have to see that you are perfect, not only in spellings, but also your punctuation, the way you write. Okay, and that doesn't mean those who are writing supplementary should scribble, but if you pass, that's enough, children. So see that you concentrate more on getting good marks rather than other things. So with this, we finish this. So we shall go on to another topic. We have already finished most of the grammar part. Comprehension, missing letters, I haven't touched for the simple reason it's only dictation. Correction of errors also we have done, a bit of phonetics we have done, transcoding information we have done. So tomorrow I shall take up comprehension again, or before last few days I'll concentrate on the annotations and question and answers once again. So shall we go on to phonetics? Only recently I had taught you phonetics are sounds. What does phonetics is a French word, phonemes, which means sounds. There are total 44 sounds, but we have only 26 letters. And that's why we need to depend on the silent letters to make. Sometimes if you have seen, the way we write and the way we pronounce are very different, unlike the Americans. If you have noticed, the Americans pronounce what they see. Like schedule is pronounced, while the British pronounce it as schedule. So there's a lot of difference between their pronunciation, their spellings, like even the word colors doesn't have U. This is the American English, while the British English writes U, which is silent. So there is lot of difference between them. It was originally in schools that we concentrated on the British English. British, while they left the English behind, and we continued learning the British way of speaking English. Now with the coming of lots of American companies, we have started concentrating on the American way of speaking. Anyway, coming back to phonetics, phonetics stands for the word phonemes, or the word which means sounds. I've asked you to download this particular app. The symbol, if you type sounds in the Play Store, you will get that kind of symbol, and it tells you how to go about pronouncing, because vowels are very difficult to be pronounced. You need to listen carefully and understand. In the book, they have given some words which have the Telugu or Hindi pronunciation is mentioned, but all the words do not have the pronunciation. So it is better if you download that app and go through it. Now coming back to the 44 sounds, out of the 44, there are 20 vowels and 24 consonants. Out of the 20 vowels, there are 12 pure vowels and 8 diphthongs. Die meaning 2. There are two vowel sounds in that particular. We'll take, for example, Quite. Quite impossible. Or be quiet. We pronounce it, Indian version of pronunciation is quiet. One syllable. But as per the phonetics, if you notice, it's a diphthong here. It is not one syllable, but two syllables. Quiet. This is quiet, this is quiet. So there are difference in the pronunciation. And children, remember, English looks interesting, but the pronunciation is very, very important, especially when you do odd sounds, syllable division, and all that. So coming to phonetics, like I already told you, there are 20 vowels and 24 consonants. Out of 20 vowels, there are 12 pure vowels and 8 diphthongs. 8 diphthongs meaning 2 vowels sounds in a single word, vowel. And out of the 12, again, there is a division. There are 7 short and 5 long vowels. Now, what do you mean by 7 short and 5 long? In school, you must have taken Hindi or Telugu. If you have taken Hindi or Telugu, you will realize that there are long and short sounds in Hindi and Telugu. In English, we don't have the long and the short, but in phonetics, you again have the long and the short. Like take, for example, e, the short and the long sounds. So in phonetics also, the 12 pure vowels have 7 long and, 7 short and 5 long vowels. And like I said, 8 diphthongs. Coming to consonants, they are 24. In consonants, it is very easy for you to learn because there are only 7 which are different. Like take, for example, this symbol stands for sh, as in ship. This stands for ch, as in chair. This stands as j, as in jail. And then you have the ing sound, ringing, ing sound. And then you have th, as in thick. The, as in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 is pleasure. And the others are pronounced, we say K, but in phonetics it's ka, la, ma, ba. So the pronunciation changes, but the letters are all the same, except for the word Y. Here you cannot pronounce because, sorry. J or J. Already we have J over here. This is pronounced as Y. Yes, you, This is the only consonant that differs. The remaining 7 are very, very easy for you to learn, children. It is not very difficult. So keep this in mind. Phonetics, like I've said, phoneme, it is taken from the French word phonemes, which means sounds. They are actually 44 sounds, while in English we have only 26 letters, of which 21 are consonants and 5 are vowels. But as per these 24 sounds, there are 20 vowels and 24 consonants. Out of the 20 vowels, again you have 12 pure vowels and 8 diphthongs. Diphthongs meaning 2 sounds, while pure vowels are of 2 kinds, the long and the short. In school, you had English, Telugu and Hindi. In English, we don't have the short and the long sounds, but if you have taken Telugu or Hindi in school, you will notice that they had the short and the long. That is E. That is the short and the long. Here in pure vowels, 12 pure vowels, out of which 7 are short and 5 are long. And there are 8 vowels which are diphthongs. I gave you the example of Kuwait. We pronounce, in India, we pronounce it as one single syllable. But if you check, it's a diphthong and there are 2 vowels. In syllables, you have already come across that every syllable has a vowel sound, one single vowel sound. When there are 2 vowel sounds, it is a diphthong. So it is not 1 syllable, but 2 syllables. And the next, I've explained to you how to go about the consonants are very, very easy, children. With each symbol, if you remember one word, you can easily identify. And after all, there are 7 and 1 which is different in English. Like this symbol is sh, as in ship. The second symbol is ch, as in chair. The third symbol shows j, as in jail. And the fourth is the ing sound, ringing, singing, the ing sound. The next symbol is th, as in thick, the, as in this. This is pleasure, je. And like I told you, the other consonants, L is pronounced as L, M as ma, N as na, B as ba. So only the pronunciation changes, but the letters remain the same, except for the letter J. In phonetics, it should have been pronounced as J. But already, if you check, the third symbol shows J, as in jail. Here in phonetics, J is not pronounced as J, but as Y, as in you. Yes, it is Y. So this is what you should learn, children. It is very, very easy for you once you learn. And what you should do, like I already told you, download the sounds. In Play Store, if you go, the word sounds are given. Consonants are easy to remember. It is the vowels that are difficult. So please download this symbol. If you type sounds, immediately you'll get that symbol. and you can practice. There are test papers also, and the pronunciation is also shown for you to understand. So with this, like I've been repeatedly telling you children, practice makes a man perfect. The more you practice, the more perfect you would be. But without practice, English looks very interesting. It is interesting, but it's not easy like you think. There are grammar, and grammar is something that you cannot by heart. You need to understand and apply. It's something like mathematics, where you follow the rules. Whatever is given, you cannot write on your own. And in English, not only the writing should be neat, your strokes, punctuation, spelling errors. Most of the students, when it comes, like for I, they write a small I with a big zero. All this is not allowed in English. So children, make whatever you write neatly, clearly, and make a good impression. So with this, I shall end my class. Thank you. Have a nice day.